All right, and we're back from break.
Yes, sir.
Man, so let's get into the somber news, man. Victor Wembanyama, Spurs. Deep vein
Wemby.
thrombosis. Which is basically, like I said, a blood clot. So out for the rest of the season. They're saying Spurs are saying it doesn't seem to be that serious. More like the Brandon Ingram injury when he was with the Lakers or whatever. So they expect him to full recovery. Everything shouldn't be a Chris Bosh situation. But Jerry, what's your take on it, bro? What does this mean for the Spurs, bro?
You take this type of risk when you draft them long, lanky cats. You put them in a basketball jersey and some shorts and let them run up and down the court. I've told y'all. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it was just a matter of time before it started. And I don't think. Well, we hope that he's not like his predecessors in that body frame. But I told y'all before this draft. Before he was drafted, history has shown us that this type of body just can't survive 82 games in an NBA season. It's too much torque. Then when you add the way that he wants to play, like a two guard at times, I think that's just too much.
Isn't that less demanding than if he played in the post all the time?
No, because you could play in the post without physicality. You don't have. It's not a bang sport in the post anymore. With his height,
it's not a bang sport on the perimeter now.
With his height and his prowess as far as his shooting, which is the best thing he does on offense, is his shooting touch. He can play a finesse game a la Dirk Nowitzki, who wasn't a banger. That is the type of game, in my opinion, that he should adopt because of his light in the ass type of body frame. But it's unfortunate. At some point, I just felt like it was always going to start happening. The questions that I asked and I heard from our good friend Dr. Rick about it, the blood clots is definitely the most worrisome part about what Wemby has to go through. All the testing that they'll do will be to determine whether or not this is something that
is his body just making them, or I was listening to the doctor yesterday, or is it a one-off? Right.
There you go. So that's what all the testing will be, and the reason why you go 3 to 6 months, which in the Spurs case, they definitely gonna go to 6.
Yeah, they said 6. Like Ingram was out 6. They said it's a kind of a 6-month deal.
They're gonna go to 6 to make sure he gets the recovery, as well as that gives them enough time to determine which kind he actually has.
Which that puts it right around August. So I mean, don't put if it's nothing, that don't put next year in jeopardy because he'd be back around August or whatever. So. And hopefully praying for him that it's just a one-off. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
And my question was...
Which they believe it is from what I've been reading, you know what I'm saying?
The question that I asked Doc was, can it reoccur if it's the trauma version, if it's the physical trauma version? He said, typically not. So
right. That was like saying like Brandon Ingram when he was with the Lakers. One of them things is kind of a freaky thing. Like, it happens and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we hope that Wemby, you know what I'm saying, it's not an ongoing issue. I disagree with Jerry saying that it's something that you typically see from these long European players, because theirs is normally more so with their foot and their knees. This is more of in his shoulder, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
I think
it's more of a freak thing.
Yeah,
for real.
It wasn't a part of any banging. Now. That is, when teams start to be more physical with him, especially when he start to experience these long, deep playoff runs, or, they start to figure out that, hey, we got to get in his body more.
Right.
Until he is able to put more weight. You know what I'm saying?
That's my biggest question about him. Is he a Durant where he going to look the same way, or can he be Giannis? Like, can he put maybe not as much muscle as Giannis has done over the years? Because, if you look, remember, Giannis was skinny as hell. You know what I'm saying? So how much muscle can he actually put on his body? That's my concern with him. Like, can he actually bulk up some? No? Or is he going to be like Kevin Durant, where Kevin Durant looked the same way he did at Texas, pretty much? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think.
He's bigger, but it's old man big. It's not like he bulked up. He just got old and kind of fatter, like most of us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think we will see Wemby and Holmgren's body change all the time.
Right. Like,
Holmgren added some muscle.
Right.
Like 15 pounds of muscle.
Like, can he add enough to not be moved on the block is my question. That's the biggest thing for me. Well, I can go to the block if I want to.
Can he be wiry strong?
Right. Can he be wiry strong?
No, but he doesn't need to be. He's
7'4". Right.
He doesn't need to be. When he goes into the post and people try to push him out, get him the ball as quick as you can, and he can get that thing and turn and shoot. His problem is, and this is my opinion, I feel like Wemby puts himself in harm's way too much because he's always trying to prove I can do this too. I hate that part of his game. If you watch them play, when they come down on defense, he always tries to look to try to stop the ball. When he does that, that causes everybody around him to try to scramble to get somebody else, and it fucks the whole thing up, and they usually give up I
watch him all the time. The biggest issue I have with them, they don't know how to use him, though. They still trying to figure
Why is
it out.
he floating outside the 3-point line?
They're playing him the same. No,
that's his choice.
But it's his choice because they don't know how to use him. I watch him, Jerry. They do not know how to use this man yet. They're still trying to figure out what do we do with this unicorn. Like, he's got both in his game, but how do we want to do it? And then Pop not being there don't help. You know what I'm saying?
Pop let him do what he wanted to do.
But that's what I'm saying. So is there ever going to be an evolution?
Is Pop just the GM, or he's
he had a stroke.
Okay.
So prayers up for him. He may not. I'm thinking it might be over for Pop. You know what I'm saying? As far as being the coach, that's my thought. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not reporting anything. I'm not a reporter. But just my gut feeling is they could be trying to find a way to kind of usher in the new generation or whoever that coach going to be. You know what I'm saying? But I think they have to figure out, what do we do with Victor Wembanyama? How do we want to use this dude consistently on the offensive end and defensive end? What do we want to do?
Easy, just like Dirk. Easy. All this tween shit up at the 28 and facing up at the arc and trying to drive and get all to the look, man, get your ass inside the 3. If we give it to you at the high pitch, then
I
don't mind you facing up doing it. Right. But when you bringing the ball up the court and still trying to take on 1-on-5 and all this, it's unnecessary.
Look, man, it's still basketball. You're 7'4". Like, get a little jump hook or something. Or a little turnaround, Jay. They can't block it. I don't understand why they making basketball so hard all the time. Basketball is not all that hard sometimes when you 7'4". Like, come on, it's supposed to be easy for you, dog.
The way that man played in the Olympics is not how that man plays in the NBA.
Nope.
Yeah, he shot some threes, and yeah, he did some tween stuff, but when he did that tween shit, he was inside the arc. He was catching it on the high post and doing his moves then. He wasn't doing this goofy shit.
I don't understand just putting him in the block, making the defense make a decision. That still work. Yeah. That kind of basketball still can work. You know what I'm saying?
What I believe, though, is from what I can see when I watch Wemby play, anytime they get in his legs, he's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
He's very uncomfortable. It was the same thing with KD. I used to see Tony Allen get inside them legs, and he was ineffective as hell. Now, anytime you let him play free.
Jason Tatum, you get at him too.
Yeah, anytime you see him play free, you know what I'm saying, freedom of movement, he was killing you. And right now, Wemby don't have that type of KD shot making skill set.
Right. He need to stop shooting on him.
Yeah, he can hit threes, but he ain't deadly.
He's not deadly. He's not deadly at all.
But how many of his shots go way unchallenged if he's inside the arc and masters the mid range to the low and high post? If you master
the mid range, though, you have to be able to have a strong base.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
They can't push
That's
you out.
That's the reason why I'm saying
If you don't have the ball, it can't just push you out.
Right,
anymore.
but
That's
once he
different.
get the ball, they're not just gonna be like, okay, we gonna let you roam free once you get in the paint, because they know what you're gonna do. They gonna put somebody on him that's gonna be stronger.
The difference between Wemby and other NBA players, like if I were to stand up right now, you're the height of the regular NBA player, and I'm the height of Wemby. Catch it, turn, shoot. Catch the ball, turn, shoot. You don't need all that other stuff. Somebody trying to get up in your body, that's not going to affect you. First of all, they can't just push you out no more. That's not supposed to be.
You're going to get a lot of foul calls.
Exactly. Catch it.
I just don't understand why they don't try it more with him. I don't understand. I just don't understand the way they play basketball with him yet. That's why I say part of it to me is the coaching. I just don't understand. And I'm watching them every night. I'm like, why is he playing like a shooting guard so much?
Because I just
don't understand.
Because he wants to.
I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. And hopefully, like I say, I don't know how much the Pop situation is playing into it, man. But like I say, hopefully he'll be back by next season, man, for my Spurs.
It's bad news.
It's bad news because he doesn't get that time with De'Aaron Fox either. They could have used the rest of this year to kind of get some chemistry. So now that's pushed off another 6 months.
I forgot about that.
So we'll see, man. But prayers up for Wemby and a speedy recovery. But let's transition to what we all love, the NFL. And Greg with this Lil D Energy Reports.
Here we go again. Here we go again with this bullshit. Listen, man, you know what it is. It's Big D Energy all day, every day. That's what she said. If you ain't bringing the Big D, she ain't letting you smash. And we finna bring that Big D. Now,
speaking of smashing, should Jerry smash Micah ass up out of Dallas?
What the fuck kind of comment? Oh, I said I wasn't cursing. No more. I wasn't cursing. I wasn't going to curse this episode. But I'm fucking cursing. What the fuck kind of question is that, man? Trade Micah. What? Are we trying to get Dallas burned off the map? We trying to have another January 6th in Dallas? They already got rid of their generational talent in Luka. Now you trying to get rid of a generational type talent?
Where you going with him?
Where you going with him?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Who's a general?
Where you going without him?
So I pay him.
Nowhere.
So I pay him $35-40 million.
Who's a generational talent? Who are you talking about? Who you call a generational talent?
Who do you think we talking about?
He
Micah.
said Micah.
We talking about Micah Parsons.
Generational talent. Michael Parsons.
He's a generational talent.
A generational talent.
Yes, he's a generational talent.
Same player that is fired at the beginning of the year. Then when you get to the playoffs,
the very same player who has 52 sacks in his first 4 years.
The only time you hear his name in the playoffs, where's Michael Parsons?
The same player that has 52 sacks in his first 4 years. That guy. That guy. Jeez. The same player that you said was the best player on the team, and I said, wait a minute. Let's hold up.
That don't mean he's a generational talent.
Man, stop it.
The best player on the team.
Man, stop it. You trade him. If he was on the 49ers, would you trade him?
And I got my money wrapped up in 2 other players.
Yeah, would you trade him?
Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah, you crazy. Yeah, that's the reason why you're not at the NFL
Especially
gym.
if he podcasting, you gotta go.
So a lot of the conversation of this topic came from Chris Canty, and the reason why was because he's podcasting. The reason that this is even an issue is because who he plays for and where he plays at.
What about his playoff success?
Well, I'm going to give you a little ammo on that, Jerry. In 3 career playoff games, he has 8 solo tackles, 1 sack.
Ass.
That's three games. 8 tackles, 1 sack.
Ass. No wins.
3 games.
He got any wins? Was 1 win in there?
They got to win.
I think they won 1 of them, I believe.
They got to win.
Seasons.
How many pressures?
Let's take a look. I'll find that, but you can continue.
Yeah. So again, here we are discussing something that is an issue, which is the culture of the Cowboys, and it ain't Micah's fault. It ain't Micah's fault that Jerry Jones wait till the end or the very end to try to negotiate a deal when you can get the players at a much cheaper rate and much more value, so that you could be able to sign the players that you need to keep on the squad. If they're going to trade anybody or get rid of anybody, get rid of Dak ass. You don't get rid of your best player or potentially your best player on the team. This is just the same old Jerry Jones bullshit that's being portrayed in the media by a media person that brought up a question that's probably not even being thought about on the Dallas roster. They're about making money. They're going to sign Michael Parsons, and they're going to still continue to be trash until the moment that Jerry Jones expire. Well, point blank, period.
Well, the podcaster Michael Parsons, he had already killed his leverage anyway, saying that he just really wants to be in Dallas. So he's going to take a haircut. He's going to take a little bit of a haircut to stay there because that's what he wants.
He's not finna take no haircut.
He ain't taking no haircut.
He already said he is. What do you mean?
Michael Parsons says a lot of shit.
Right.
All right. So.
Because his agent ain't going to do that.
I got two problems with what you said.
Can they place the franchise tag on that nigga?
On who?
Yeah, but they don't have to yet. He's still under contract for a year.
But why would you?
That would be next year. They don't have to. He got one more year on his contract.
I don't agree with you saying if you got to move somebody, move Dak, because the quarterback position is hard. That's the hardest piece to fill. And yes, Dak chokes in the playoffs every year in and year out. But if you're not going to bring in somebody that you know is better than him, then why would you change that position? Because even with him being a choke artist in the playoffs against teams, teams that are better in most cases, he's still, he's had some 10-3 seasons. I mean, some 10-6 seasons. He's had some successful seasons. So is what I'm trying to. Or was it 13 and? Y'all had a 13-3 season recently, didn't you?
No.
What was it? What's the most games y'all won?
We've been 12-5.
Okay, 12-5. All right. But this Michael Parsons being a generational player is some bullshit. He's not a generational player. Yes, when he came in, his style of play was being linked to LT, his speed off the edge, right? That's his game, his speed off the edge. But that's style of play. Effectiveness of LT, no, you can't give him none of that because, like I said, when this guy plays at the beginning of the season, you're always hearing about, except for this past season, you're hearing about Dallas's defense and how good their defense is with the boy Lawrence and all these other players, whoever else is on the team. It's the same scenario year in and year out. Beginning of the season, you hear their names, they playing well. The closer they get to the playoffs, they start turning into a damn pumpkin. And then once they get into the pumpkin, they are full-seeded, full-grown pumpkins, ready to be harvested.
So what about the 4 All-Pros the 4 Pro Bowls and 2 All-Pros? What kind of credit do we get for that? See,
this goes to my argument that they need to stop.
It goes against your argument, sir. That's what it goes against.
This is why I think the playoffs in football and in basketball needs to be taken into account when we're giving out these damn awards. Yeah, he's been good enough during the regular season to be Pro Bowl, to make the Pro Bowl. Yeah, sure. But to me, it ain't worth a hill of beans when we get to the playoffs and you can't affect winning.
Is Lawrence Taylor a generational linebacker?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about their first few seasons.
Don't do it.
Don't you do it. I am not saying he's Lawrence Taylor, but we're going to talk about their stats in their first few years.
But we know the impact too, though. Gee, we saw the games.
We're going to talk about their stats in their first few years.
Go to them regular season damn games.
We're going to talk about their stats. We ain't talking about who won and what. Because the Giants didn't win shit his first 4 years.
Make sure
Did the Giants win a Super Bowl in their first 4 years? Were they even in the playoffs his first 4 years?
How many Super Bowls does LT have? 2?
2.
Okay.
In 86.
Okay.
Yeah, it was his,
I don't care when they were.
86. That was his 6th year in the league.
I don't care when they were.
That was his 6th year in the league.
I don't care when.
This is Jerry. We're talking about Michael Parsons going into his 5th year. You can't say, I'm not saying that he's better than Lawrence Taylor. I'm just judging the trajectory that he's on. I said generational type player. I didn't say he was a generational player. He has the potential, better yet,
I can't
to
see
be.
it. I can't see
You can't see it, okay.
I can't see
Okay, again.
Potential generational player when he don't have no playoff success.
Okay, again.
Do it in the playoffs. He don't have no playoff success.
In their
that man just told you he got one
first
sack
4 years.
Three
In their first 4 years.
Get out of here.
In their first 4 years, Micah's played 50 games. Lawrence Taylor played 41. Micah has 40.5 sacks. Lawrence Taylor, 26. 142 solo tackles. They didn't record. They don't have Lawrence Taylor's forced fumbles and fumble recoveries, but they forced fumbles. Micah had 7. They didn't record Lawrence Taylor's. Micah had 4 fumble recoveries. Lawrence Taylor has 3. Awards. Championships, none. Pro Bowls, 3 apiece. All pros, 3 apiece. What are we talking about?
The playoffs.
What are we talking about?
Playoffs. And Lawrence Taylor.
We're talking about individual talent. That is a team accomplishment.
7 games, he had 8.5.
We're talking. That's a team accomplishment. So, are you mean to telling me his trajectory?
That's not team accomplishment. What he just said?
You said the playoffs. I'm talking to you.
He just gave you LT.
I didn't hear what
numbers.
you say.
No, I just gave him his individual stat because I gave Micah, so he is all right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 playoff appearances, 8.5 sacks.
And he winning.
And an interception.
That wasn't his first 4 years. That wasn't his first 4 years.
And a TD.
That wasn't his first 4 years. I'm just talking about their stats in their first 4 years.
And it don't look like they kept the fumbles forced or whatever.
Yeah, they didn't keep forced fumbles or solo tackles. They didn't have that number for him.
So, I mean, but LT, like I said, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year.
DeMarcus Ware. These are other players in their first 4 years. DeMarcus Ware, 33.5 sacks. Myles Garrett, 30.5 sacks. TJ Watt, 34.5 sacks. Von Miller, 35 sacks.
What DeMarcus Ware do in the playoffs? What he do in the playoffs? Huh? What that man do in the playoffs?
Again, you talking about team. We talking about individual talent. We're talking about individual fucking talent.
Did he impact winning?
We're talking about You saying Micah didn't impact winning? Are you saying Micah didn't impact any other games that they won?
Did he impact winning in the playoffs?
When you have your quarterback playing ass, and the 2 games that his defense impacted.
Hold on, dog. Hold on.
What game? The 3 games that they lost with Mike on the team was Dak Prescott any good?
Was Micah any good?
He was good enough for his team to keep the 2. The 1 game that they lost, it was just they got their ass, bro. That was a coaching for me. Everybody played bad against the Packers. But the 2 games they lost to the 49ers, you telling me Micah didn't have an impact?
No!
Y'all scored 19 points. With Dak throwing 2 interceptions.
Did we win?
Who was the biggest reason the Cowboys lost their game?
Did we win?
Dante, who was the biggest reason? Because I know Jerry ain't going to say it, but he done said it.
Win.
Who was the biggest reason why the Cowboys lost both of those games?
I mean, Dak was ass.
Thank you.
Dak was ass.
Thank
you. Know
you.
what I'm saying?
What Micah do? We running at Mike.
Now that's true too.
We running at Mike.
He can be run at. You know what I'm saying? That's true too. You know what I'm saying? That's true too. You know what I'm saying?
He can be run at, but you cannot guard him 1-on-1. You cannot put one player over there. Because he was giving Trent Williams that work when we were sitting in that basement. He was giving Trent Williams that work.
Williams 70 years old. I
don't give a fuck. Trent Williams was one of the best linemen in the game.
I agree.
So the hell you talking about? I just laid all of the good defenders on the same position, edge rushers, against Micah's. Micah has the most sacks in their first 4 games. First 4 years, rather. So
and then he get to the playoffs.
So my statement stands. Generational type talent. Generational type talent. Whatever, man.
His style of play may be generational, but his effectiveness and impact on winning in the playoffs.
So you saying they should trade him?
I think yes. I'm serious. I'm not even bullshit.
So let's say the offer is like 3 first-rounders. You would take it?
No, I would. Yeah. I would take first round picks and other pieces that they need to fill on the squad because they just lost another offensive lineman.
But if you get rid of him, you're gonna need that piece too. You're gonna need somebody to rush the passer. You get rid of him.
You got what's the boy on the line? Lawrence what's his name?
He a free agent.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, he probably about to be out.
Deuces.
You're right. So you get rid of Micah. What you gonna do for a pass rush?
Listen, man, the dude just ain't that good to me. So.
I mean, to me, at some point, it's going to come down to the economic. Can you have 3 players making that much and still field a competitive team?
You can't.
And it seems like your position is, fuck being competitive. I'd rather have my stars.
That's what we ain't. Again, we don't have the culture in place. We don't have the coaching staff in place to compete.
Oh,
we just
man,
need.
we ain't even thought about this.
So you rather just watch Michael put up the number than attempt to make the team better?
He at least will provide some watchability at some point. We can, build in the draft. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have to do. You have to draft well.
But wouldn't it be better to draft with 3 extra first round picks?
Yeah,
depending on what. No,
I mean, of course you got to get them right. We all know that.
You would have to get. I wouldn't just. It would have to be another player at his position, Myles Garrett, who wants somebody like that. We'll trade Myles Garrett and 3 goddamn.
I bet you would. I bet you will. I bet you will. Let's do
that.
I bet you will.
I just somebody the way Dallas does their business, the way Jerry Jones has done the business. I don't think
the way the organization runs, they are not. They
can't survive.
They don't know how to do shit right.
They can't survive.
So my thing is, you're gonna keep them, go ahead and sign them. Why they always waiting? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We do that bullshit too, though. We wait. Like I don't understand why we do it. You know what I'm saying? We do the same dumb shit with that too. So hopefully we don't do that with Purdy. Let's get to this bang bang report. Something that's important.
There's some good shit going on on the West Coast, man.
Oh yeah, we'll be back. Ain't no doubt. We'll be back, bro. Next year we'll be back.
Y'all be back trash again.
49ers, baby. We'll be back, baby. You already know what it is.
Yeah, whatever.
We already know what it is.
Soldier
boy, tell him.
Who played in the Super Bowl this year? Was it the 49ers?
Not the Cowboys.
It definitely wasn't the 49ers.
Definitely wasn't y'all ass either.
It wasn't the 49ers.
It wasn't y'all ass either.
Did any of us pick the 49ers, the Cowboys, to get to the Super Bowl this year?
You better not.
How the hell would we?
Exactly.
So who picked?
And I won't pick them next year, or the year after that, or the year after that, or the year after that.
Did you pick the 49ers though?
But those are viable
you
picks.
You picked the 49ers,
but
and they didn't even make the playoffs.
But my pick has normally been a viable pick.
Did they make the playoffs?
A viable pick.
Did they make the playoffs?
Did y'all make it?
Y'all didn't make
Until
the playoffs.
Y'all make it, it don't matter.
We didn't expect. We wasn't anticipating to go to the Super Bowl.
So? That just means your franchise shitty. That's right. That doesn't mean your team. You bragging about that? Doesn't mean your team ass. Like, what are we talking about?
Trasher. You was trashier this year. Right. You were trashier.
So we get a better pick with a better team. Like, okay, thanks. Thank you. Good.
We ain't gonna pass up on the player we need.
Right. Good. We got a better team and got a better pick. Excellent. Works for me.
I think earlier this year you said y'all need to pick one of those running backs. I think that's what you said.
Yeah, take Ashton Genty. Take Ashton Genty.
Probably will.
Ain't picking him. He still ain't gonna take no running back. Rico Dowdle is your running back again.
So the good news is with the spike
in the cap,
we got
slide that Purdy contract right on in there.
We got more room to do
at $48 million. 49ers.
We need.
Don't get this nigga $60 million. I'm still on that shit. I'm still on that shit.
I would be. I'm looking at. I really think he's gonna take a
discount. I think so too.
Super discount.
I think so too.
I think we're gonna bring him in around that 35.
Oh hell no, dog.
35.
Oh no, hell no, dog. He ain't taking that now. That's below Daniel Jones. Hell no, he ain't taking that.
What was the Daniel Jones?
40. He not taking on
35. 40.
Oh hell,
he gonna take 35 million. Man, please.
Man, that's wide receiver money now.
Stop.
Yeah, you stop that shit, Jerry.
35,
no,
40.
It's gonna be between 48 and $53 million. I think it's going to be less than like Trevor Lawrence them.
You saying 35-40 for the player that you say is a top 5 quarterback.
Right. He's not going to take
top 5 quarterback.
He ain't never been a top 5 quarterback.
He's not going to take wide receiver money.
He has never been a top 5 quarterback.
That's pie in the sky thinking he's going to take wide receiver money. He's not going to take wide out money. I think he might take $48 to $53 million. So
whatever he take, it's gonna be enough to fuck y'all roster.
No, it's not, because the cap is going way up.
I don't give a fuck about that cap. Y'all,
as long as he ain't in that range of $60-65 million, I'm
highest paid quarterback. Right. Isn't he the highest paid quarterback?
Yeah.
That's so stupid. God,
by $5 million.
You know how stupid that is, D? That's stupid, dog. They paid this man $60 million.
So we're in great position. My only thing about it, get it done now. Yeah. Don't wait like I said, I can't even talk about the Cowboys with that, because we normally wait like a motherfucker on this shit too, and it costs us players getting injured and shit because we wait to the last minute, they miss part of camp, and it fucks us up. Go ahead and get him signed, you know what I'm saying?
So we know we're gonna have Purdy in the fold.
Yeah, he there.
We're gonna get him at a good number.
Yeah.
So what
That's great news for the rest of the West.
What's
NFC West?
What's our pick?
Keep
11.
Keep Purdy in the fold.
So we're gonna get a great pick this year. We're gonna get a top pick.
So what's the piece? Especially after listening to your man and talking up our rookies and the guys that we developed. Because I said,
Mustafa's a motherfucker. Right. Yeah.
So our secondary is coming along with Brian.
We got to fix the D line. And Robert Saleh said it. If you watch, I don't know if you watched his introductory thing. The D line got to get fixed. It can't just be Bosa. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everybody, they've cleaned out. They already said Hargrave. They designated him as a June 1st cut, so he out of there. They said they'll bring him back at a lower number if he wants to come back, but pretty much he looked like he out of there. The only concern he said he want Greenlaw back though. Salah came out and said he wants Greenlaw back. Greenlaw important, dog. He like the heartbeat. Him and Warner are the heartbeat of the defense. Greenlaw need to come back. You know what I'm saying? He said his main thing is fixing the D line. It can't just be Bosa. You know what I'm saying? They got to find D linemen. So got the same issue Cowboys got. We need D linemen. You know what I'm saying? That is it. And you saw what our defense looked like without it this year, giving up 100-yard rushes all over the place.
So in terms of importance.
D-line, O-line. For me, it would be D-line, O-line, cornerback.
D-line, O-line, not receiver. Because we losing Debo.
I think we can. You can find though. This is a deep receiver class. I think you can get those in fourth round.
Our third receiver, by default, is number one.
Until Ayuk get back,
Ayuk not gonna be ready.
So I think they're gonna have to take one, but I don't think it's gonna be like a first or second round, unless somebody just fall that they didn't expect in the second round or something. But I don't see it. I think it's gonna be third round or later for a receiver because they got to fix both lines. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, they got Puny at right guard last year, so he looked like he's gonna be a Pro Bowler. So we got that right. Trent getting old, they're gonna have to find a tackle. Early in the draft, they got to get a tackle. That could be our first round pick, a tackle.
Yeah. Salah was our.
That was big.
That's our biggest
that was big.
That's our biggest ad until the draft.
That was big. Because the nigga he can coach defense. I don't give a damn. You can say what you want about him as a head coach, but he can coach defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. And when he was with us before, we stayed
at the top. Right. So luckily we got him back, man. Luckily, Jaguars decided to go elsewhere, man. But it's looking up for us, man. Of course, you got to get this process right when it comes to the draft picks. And quite frankly, I'm just being honest. They've been hit or miss with some of these draft picks. Solomon Thomas.
We got some bad ones.
Yeah, Drake Jackson.
Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance. And most people get fired for shit like that.
Right.
The Brock Purdy thing saved him because that's a fireable offense to give up 3 first-round picks and miss on a quarterback like that. That get most coaches and GMs fired.
Trey Lance about to be out the league, so
right. So looking up for the 49ers, I'm with you. The salary cap going up helped because we already have $46 million coming into it without it even going up. So we got money to spend. I'm just hoping we make a big move and get some pieces in there, man. I'd rather get the medium moves and fill all the holes with really good players than one big player.
I think number one, we need a healthy season.
Yeah.
And number two, I think we need a season like when we went to the Super Bowl without the surprise losses to the Cardinals and shit like that.
Right.
We need all the hope. We need to have all our pieces. We didn't even have all the pieces.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This year, we couldn't even hold on. Our backups couldn't stay healthy.
Right. Yeah. The key for us, man, is getting Brock Purdy at the right number. That's the focus. That should be the focus, right? Get him paid. He deserves to get paid, but get him at the right number so that everything else we can get what we need. You know what I'm saying? And he said he thinks that's important too. So,
what you think? What you think about? What you think we do with Matt? We can't be awful. He was hurt. You know what I'm saying? The man was hurt, and he tried to come back,
but dude hurt running backs with Achilles type injuries. What that look like? I'm a little worried about that one. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Mason is a free agent, restricted free agent, so we might be losing him. Elijah Mitchell can't stay healthy. He talented as hell, but he can't stay healthy. He can't get on the field. He like Embiid.
Yeah,
he been on the bench more than he been in the game. But talented as hell. You know what I'm saying?
He's had the most opportunity in the running back room to be the second best running back.
Which he is talent-wise, but he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he got to go.
So, I don't know, bro. We might need one, bro, because I don't trust McCaffrey to be himself no more, dog. You can't. How can you trust it with a running back coming off Achilles?
He need to back up off the training. If he heal up completely in the offseason, back up off some of his training is too rigorous, I think.
Yeah. Garendo looked nice last year though.
I've listened to interviews where he said he's been doing some of the stuff he does now as a pro since he was in high school. So some of your shit is diminishing.
Overtraining.
Yeah, some of your shit that you're doing is diminishing in you. So heal up 100% and dial it down on some of the training and be fresh.
But pretty much every year, Kyle take damn near running back every year though. Took Garendo last year, Mason the year before. He take running backs pretty much because he know his system. You're gonna need them. You know what I'm saying? Garendo is nice
until he was hurt.
Till he got hurt, which he was hurt, and they keep picking these dudes that get hurt all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Bang bang.
Any closing comments, Greg?
This was by far the worst segment in all of trash talking with the old heads history.
I agree.
Why in the hell we talking about the 49ers and this dumbass Brock Purdy?
Because we always relevant, baby.
You never relevant.
Always relevant, baby.
Ever. Nobody
Always
talks about
relevant.
the fucking 49ers.
Always relevant.
Except for you guys.
Don't let nobody tell you that Michael Parsons is a generational talent. That's a bunch of bullshit. Don't do that. That's, oh my God. You got no playoff success.
America, again, please take us seriously. Anybody that says Michael Parsons is not a talent, generational talent,
he's not generational.
Is widely considered to be a buffoon. I know Jerry Wren is a more intelligent person than some of the takes that he spews on this podcast. But yeah, that's just an all-time ridiculous take. All time.
That's it for this Friday, man. Thank y'all for joining us for Trash Talking with the Old Heads, man. We definitely appreciate it. Please do not forget, like I said earlier, hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep coming with this content. We appreciate you watching.
It's a generational talent.
Bang, bang, and we out.
Bang, bang.
Peace.
Niner gang.
Hit the button.
Smash that like button and subscribe.
Did you say that?